everyone, welcome to our channel Knowledge Hub. Friends, subscribe to our channel and click the bell icon for the latest update. आज हम लोग रीजनिंग की क्लास करने वाले हैं. रीजनिंग की क्लास आपकी डीएस की, दैट इज नॉट डेटा स्ट्रक्चर, दैट इज डेटा सफिशिएंसी. आज आपकी जो क्लास है रीजनिंग की 148 क्लास है. ऑलरेडी हमने 147 क्लास कर लिया है, जिसमें हम ऑलरेडी 16 टॉपिक आज के क्लास में स्टार्ट करेंगे. होपफुली अगर लॉन्ग क्लास नहीं हुआ, एक मोर देन 1 आवर नहीं हुआ, तो ऑब्वियसली बात है आज की क्लास में हम इसको भी कंप्लीट कर देंगे. अगर अभी तक की क्लास की बात करते हैं तो सबसे पहले हमने जो डिस्कस किया है वो एनालॉजी डिस्कस किया है. देन वी डिस्कस्ड अबाउट द क्लासिफिकेशन, सीरीज कॉम्प्लीशन, कोडिंग डिकोडिंग एंड अ ब्लड रिलेशन. देन वी हैड डिस्कस्ड अबाउट द अल्फाबेट टेस्ट, अरिथमेटिकल रीजनिंग, एंड देन वी हैड डिस्कस्ड मैथमेटिकल ऑपरेशन, and then we have discussed the logical sequence of words. We had discussed sequential output tracing, logical Venn diagram, direction sense test. Then we had discussed about that is your reference to the words जो भी हमने डिस्कस किया. इंसर्टिंग द मिसिंग कैरेक्टर वो भी डिस्कस किया है. एंड देन वी हैड डिस्कस्ड अबाउट, अभी कितने टॉपिक हो गए, लाइक 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 हुए हैं. तो लाइक अभी दो टॉपिक्स हमने और डिस्कस किए हैं. एक आपका डिस्कस किया है पजल टेस्ट, और एक आपका डिस्कस किया है अदर देन द पजल टेस्ट हमने एक और टॉपिक डिस्कस किया है, एंड दैट विल बी हियर. एक अकॉर्डिंगली अगर मैं बात करती हूँ तो ये हम जनरल मेंटल एबिलिटी के ही टॉपिक्स को डिस्कस कर रहे हैं, जो कि हम 16th टॉपिक पे ऑलरेडी पहुंच चुके हैं. तो नो अगर आपका कोई भी टॉपिक छूटा हुआ है तो यू कैन जस्ट गो थ्रू विद द प्लेलिस्ट, सो दैट वी हैड प्रोवाइड देयर आल्सो एज अ प्लेलिस्ट, एंड यू कैन गेट ऑल दीज टॉपिक्स देयर. एनालॉजी, क्लासिफिकेशन, सीरीज कॉम्प्लीशन, कोडिंग डिकोडिंग, ब्लड रिलेशन, पजल टेस्ट, इक्वेशन, आउटपुट ट्रेसिंग, डायरेक्शन सेंस टेस्ट, लॉजिकल वेन डायग्राम, अल्फाबेट टेस्ट. या वन विल बी द नंबर रैंकिंग एंड टाइम सीक्वेंस टेस्ट, ये बच गया था. और बाकी हमने लॉजिकल सीक्वेंस ऑफ वर्ड्स, अरिथमेटिक रीजनिंग, इंसर्टिंग द बेसिक कैरेक्टर एंड डेटा सफिशिएंसी, जो कि आपका 16th टॉपिक है अभी हम जो डिस्कस कर रहे हैं. ओके, स्टार्ट किया हमने डिस्कस करना. फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल जान लेते हैं डेटा सफिशिएंसी होता क्या है, और उसके रिलेटेड फिर हम उसके जो रिलेटेड क्वेश्चंस हैं, देन विल डिस्कस दोस क्वेश्चंस इन एन इजी वे. ऑफ कोर्स first we'll understand about the data sufficiency, but before that it's a huge request, अगर आप हमारे चैनल फर्स्ट टाइम देख रहे हो या अभी तक आपने हमारे चैनल को सब्सक्राइब नहीं किया है, इट्स अ ह्यूज रिक्वेस्ट कि आप हमारे चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करो, सो दैट हम जो भी वीडियोस डालें वो आपके पास सबसे पहले पहुंचे. एंड सेकेंडली, अगर आपको हमारा वीडियो अच्छा लगे तो प्लीज़ हमारे वीडियो को लाइक, शेयर और सब्सक्राइब करो, सो दैट ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा लोग के पास वीडियो पहुंचे और ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा लोग इसका यूटिलाइजेशन भी कर सके. Now moving ahead here, so we'll start with the data sufficiency here. Please go through the subscribe button so that you will get all the videos there. The section consists of the problem in which the questions on any topic such as, अब यहाँ पे क्या होता है, अभी तक आप एक एक टॉपिक पे कवर अप करते जा रहे थे. अब यहाँ पे आपके कोई भी टॉपिक पे रिलेटेड का प्रॉब्लम होगी, चाहे वो कोडिंग डिकोडिंग पे हो, चाहे वो आपके पजल टेस्ट पे हो, चाहे ब्लड रिलेशन पे हो, चाहे मैथमेटिकल कैलकुलेशन हो. ये टॉपिक्स वो हैं जो हम ऑलरेडी डिस्कस कर चुके हैं, एज यू नो. सो उसी टॉपिक्स पे बेसिस पे आपके डेटा सफिशिएंसी आप पे बेसिस क्वेश्चंस आएंगे. ओके, so in this that is put forward followed by a certain statement containing the facts providing clues to the solve the question here. And for those that the candidate is where that followed certain statement containing from the providing the clues to solve these questions, and the candidate are required to find out which of the given statement is or are sufficient to the answer of that particular given question. तो बेसिकली वो कोडिंग डिकोडिंग के बेसिस पे भी हो सकता है, पजल टेस्ट के बेसिस पे भी हो सकता है, ब्लड रिलेशन के बेसिस पे भी हो सकता है, मैथमेटिकल कैलकुलेशन के बेसिस पे भी हो सकता है क्वेश्चन. You have to just gone through with that, and after that you have to find out the solution. Let's go ahead without wasting our time. We'll just go ahead with the questions here. So this is the first question of the session, that out of the 6 lectures of 1 hour each, हर जो 6 lectures है वो हर एक घंटे के होते हैं, that is A, B, C, D and E and F here, scheduled between 10 to 4 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. सुबह के 10 बजे से शाम के 4 बजे तक के शेड्यूल किए गए हैं. विच वन विल बी द थर्ड, आपको बताना है कौन सा होगा जो आपका थर्ड पे होगा. ये बैंक पीओ के क्वेश्चन पेपर में पूछा गया है. अब स्टेटमेंट क्या बोला गया है, that the lecture F is preceded by A and is followed by C. तो बोला गया है जो लेक्चर F होगा वो आपका प्रिसीड करेगा A से एंड फॉलोड होगा C से. इसका मतलब है जो लेक्चर F है एंड दैट लेक्चर F is preceded by किससे प्रिसीड करेगा, that is preceded by A and that is followed by लेक्चर C, that is AFC. इस तरह से सीक्वेंस बनेगा. Second statement that will just go ahead here. The second statement is there is only one lecture before and A के बाद सिर्फ एक ही लेक्चर है एंड देर इज नो लेक्चर आफ्टर बी के बाद कोई भी लेक्चर नहीं है. तो बी के बाद कोई भी लेक्चर नहीं है, इसका मतलब है कि बी सबसे लास्ट में है. और देर इज वन लेक्चर बिफोर ए से पहले एक कोई लेक्चर है. तो ए हो गया, बी हो गया, सी हो गया. तो डी और ई बचा है, तो या तो डी इधर होगा या तो ई इधर होगा, या तो डी यह है तो डी ई इधर होगा, या फिर या डी होगा यहाँ ई होगा. यही केसेस बन सकते हैं. सो लेट्स गो अहेड विद दिस. सो वेयर व्हाट दे हैड टोल्ड यू कि थर्ड लेक्चर कौन होगा, चाहे डी यहाँ पे हो चाहे ई यहाँ पे हो. ठीक है, या फिर कह सकते हो यहाँ पे चाहे डी हो चाहे यहाँ पे हो. थर्ड तो ऑलरेडी एफ लेक्चर दिख रहा है. ठीक है, सो व्हाट विल बी दैट कि अगर हम बोलते हैं कि वी गेट द सीक्वेंस ऑफ ए एफ सी हियर एंड ऑल्सो इट गिव्स द सेकेंड दैट इज देयर इज वन लेक्चर बिफोर ए एंड दैट एफ इज द थर्ड. तो थर्ड तो चाहे आपका डी पहले हो चाहे ई पहले हो. अगर डी यहाँ पे पहले होगा तो ई आपका यहाँ पे होगा प्लेस पे. अगर यहाँ पे डी होगा तो यहाँ पे ई होगा. बट थर्ड तो फर्स्ट ही हो गया, सेकेंड ही हो गया, थर्ड तो लेक्चर आपका एफ का ही होगा ना. सो द आंसर विल बी द एफ इज द थर्ड लेक्चर. एंड वेयर यू कैन सी दैट बोथ द फर्स्ट एंड द सेकेंड आर रिक्वायर्ड एज आंसर टू बी दैट पर्टिकुलर क्वेश्चन, क्योंकि दोनों में से कोई भी दोनों ही इंपॉर्टेंट है. बोला ए एफ सी, उसके बाद बोला है कि एक लेक्चर आपके ए के पहले है और एक आपके बी के बाद कोई लेक्चर नहीं. अगर दोनों स्टेटमेंट से कोई भी स्टेटमेंट गायब होता है तो यू कैन नॉट आंसर कि कौन सा थर्ड लेक्चर होगा. तो थर्ड लेक्चर जो होगा वो एफ होगा. बट दिस बोथ स्टेटमेंट्स आर important, both first and second important are required, you can see that. Okay, so this is what it is required of. Now moving ahead with another question, and that is the question number second here, and these were the statements are given here. In the question number second, each questions given below has a problem and the two statements numbered 1 and 2 giving certain information. Number 1 number 2 करके इस तरह के certain informations आपको दिए होंगे हर एक statement 1 statement 2 करके. You have to decide if the information given in the statement is sufficient for answering the problem, indicating your answers. The options we the options we have here, इसके accordingly हम उसको answer करेंगे. If the data is a statement जो डेटा होगा अगर स्टेटमेंट वन में अलोन आर सफिशिएंट टू आंसर द क्वेश्चन, जब स्टेटमेंट वन का ही डेटा जो है वो सिर्फ और सिर्फ सफिशिएंट है आपका आंसर देने के लिए, देन यू विल चूज ऑप्शन ए हियर. इफ द डेटा इज इन स्टेटमेंट सेकेंड अलोन आर सफिशिएंट टू आंसर द क्वेश्चन, और जब स्टेटमेंट टू में ही सिर्फ इतना डेटा है कि आप उसको आंसर कर सकते हो, तब आप ऑप्शन बी लोगे. If the data either in 1 or 2 alone are sufficient answer the question, then अगर कोई आपका या तो 1 या तो 2 में से कोई एक आपका सही है, तब आप ऑप्शन सी लोगे. And if the data even in both the statements together are not sufficient to answer the question, अब दोनों में ही कोई sufficient नहीं है जो कि आप आंसर दे सकते हैं उस पर्टिकुलर क्वेश्चन का, तो आप तब डी ऑप्शन चूज करोगे. If the data in both the statements together are needed, और जब आपको दोनों ही स्टेटमेंट, जैसा कि अभी का क्वेश्चन हमने किया है, तो दोनों ही स्टेटमेंट अगर ज़रूरी है, रिक्वायर्ड है, तब आप जो लोगे वो आप ई ऑप्शन लोगे. Now moving ahead with another question here is, so here we have a third question, that is what is Reena's rank in the class. आपको बताना है रीना की क्या क्लास में रैंक थी अकॉर्डिंग टू द स्टेटमेंट, और उसके हिसाब से जो भी मैंने ए बी सी डी ई ऑप्शन दिए उसमें से जो भी ऑप्शन आपको लगता है सही होगा, दैट विल बी द राइट आंसर. यू हैव टू टेल. इस क्वेश्चन की बात करते हैं, बैंक पीओ के क्वेश्चन पेपर में पूछा गया है. व्हाट इज रीनाज रैंक इन द क्लास. द स्टेटमेंट वन विल बी देयर आर 26 स्टूडेंट इन अ क्लास. तो बोला गया है कि उसमें 26 स्टूडेंट्स हैं क्लास में. देयर आर 9 स्टूडेंट हु हैव स्कोर्ड लेस देन रीना, और बोला गया 9 स्टूडेंट हैं वो आपके जो उनके लेस देन अरीना है. तो फ्रॉम स्टेटमेंट 1 and 2 we conclude that there are 16 students above Reena in rank, thus rank is 17th and in the class. So both the statements are necessary, and that for that both the statements are necessary, we'll just do an option that is E here, जिसमें आपको बोला गया है कि रीना की रैंक बतानी है. तो रीना की रैंक उसमें 17th हुई, 16 उसके ऊपर है, 9 उसके नीचे है, टोटल 6 आपके 26 स्टूडेंट्स हैं. दैट इज ऑप्शन ए. बोथ द स्टेटमेंट बोथ द स्टेटमेंट्स आर नेसेसरी एंड बोथ द स्टेटमेंट्स आर रिक्वायर्ड. Now moving ahead with another question, that is the question number fourth question of the session. Who is the father of M? M का father कौन है आपको बताना है. ये SBI PO के क्वेश्चन पेपर में पूछा गया है. The statement one says A and B are brothers. A और B जो है वो भाई हैं. B's wife is the sisters of M's wife. जो बी की वाइफ है, वो आपकी एम्स की वाइफ सिस्टर है, एम्स की वाइफ की. तो दैट द स्टेटमेंट. From the second statement, we conclude that B is the brother-in-law of M, and so that even from both the statement we cannot find out who is the father of M. So here we will decide that D option will be the right answer, जिसमें दोनों में से कुछ भी नहीं समझ में आ रहा कौन सा स्टेटमेंट है. जो एक्चुअली में हमें आंसर जानना है कि फादर ऑफ एम कौन है वो नहीं पता चल रहा है. So here moving ahead with another question, and that is your question number 5th question of the session. What day is the 14th of the given month? Given month का 14th day कौन सा है? The last day of the month is Wednesday. जो last day था month का वो Wednesday था. तो the third Saturday of the month was 17th, और third Saturday जो था वो आपका 17th था. Here for these statements, we can just say that case statement second reveals that the 17th was the Saturday and therefore 14th was the Wednesday, and so only the statement 2 is required, not a first is required. The statement 2 only gives the answer that what they had told you 14th of the given month. तो obvious ही बात है किस दिन पड़ेगा. 17th को बता दिया उन्होंने क्या था Saturday, तो we'll just find it out for the for the 14th, that is on Wednesday. So where we take the B option, that in that case the statement 2 is necessary, then the first is not necessary. That does not give the answer here. Now moving ahead with the 6th question here. Among 4 friends, 4 friends से A, B, C, D, who is the heaviest? कौन सबसे ज़्यादा भारी है? So बोला गया स्टेटमेंट 1 में है B is heavier than A. B जो है वो आपका A से heavier है, but lighter than D. lighter है पर D से. तो D ग्रेटर देन B हो गया, एंड C इज लाइटर देन B. C बोला गया है, C जो है वो लाइटर है B से, तो C लाइटर है B, इसका मतलब है B C के सीक्वेंस में चलेगा. एंड इट अकॉर्डिंग टू दैट वी कैन से दिस सीक्वेंस एंड दिस इज द C लेस देन B here. From combining both the statement we can conclude that D is the heaviest. जो D जो है वो सबसे ज़्यादा heaviest है, so that the both the statements are required, and so we can say that option E will be the right answer. जिसमें दोनों statements required है, and जो D है वो सबसे ज़्यादा heaviest है. Moving ahead with another question, and that is your question number 7th question of the session here. It is 8 o'clock, 8 p.m. It is 8 p.m. when can Hemant get next bus from the Ramnagar from Adhanpur. तो बेसिकली 8 बजे था, तो तब बोला गया कि हेमंत जो है उसको नेक्स्ट बस मिलेगी रामनगर से धानपुर के लिए. बैंक पीओ के क्वेश्चन पेपर में पूछा गया, एंड दैट इज ऑल्सो एन इम्पॉर्टेंट वन. यहाँ पे 2 स्टेटमेंट दिए हैं. पहला स्टेटमेंट है बसेस फ्रॉम रामनगर लीव्स आफ्टर एवरी 30 मिनट्स टिल 10 PM. 10 बजे तक के आपका हर 30 मिनट पे रामनगर से बस लीव करती है. सेकेंड स्टेटमेंट है 15 मिनट्स अगो वन बस हैज़ लेफ्ट फॉर रामनगर. और 15 मिनट पहले आपका एक बस रामनगर के लिए निकली है. तो with respect to this it reveals that the second statement reveals that the previous bus had left 7:45, क्योंकि 8 बज रहा है तो इसका मतलब है 7:45 पे ये बस आपकी रिवील की गई है कि वो ही है. And as for the given statement according to the one, the next bus would be leave after 30 minutes, and that will be the at 8:15 PM here. So 8:15 पे होगी, तो उसके अकॉर्डिंग जो हमें दोनों स्टेटमेंट रिक्वायर्ड है, and that will be the option E will be the right answer for that sake, that where that both the statements are important and both the statements are necessary basically. Now moving ahead with another question, and that we have here is your question number 7th questions of 8th question of the session here. In a certain code 13 means stop smoking. तो एक certain code है जिसमें 13 का मतलब है stop smoking, and 59 5 और 9 means injurious habits. And what is the meaning of 9 and 5 respectively in that code? इस क्वेश्चन की बात करते हैं तो ये बैंक पीओ के क्वेश्चन पेपर में पूछा गया है, जो कि बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट पेपर है एज कम्पेयर टू द कॉम्पिटिशन वाइज. The statement 1 is 157 means stop bad habit, and 839 means smoking is injurious. According to that 59 means is injurious habits, and 157 means stop bad habits here from the statement 1. Thus the common code number will be the 5 in both here, and injurious habits and stop bad habits. So of course habit is in common. So 9 represent the injurious here, and hence the first statement is sufficient. Also 59 means the injurious habit, and 839 means the smoking is injurious. Thus the common code will be the 9, that is stands for the common for for the injurious, so that we can say that 5 represents habit and second statement is also sufficient. So with respect to that, we will go ahead with the option E here, and that will be the both the statements are required, and that is option A. So we just say that 5 and 9 representation की बात करते हैं अगर, so like 9 represent injurious and 5 represent habit here. Moving ahead with another question, and that is your question number 9th question of the session here. When is मनोहर्स बर्थडे दिस ईयर? आपको बताना है मनोहर्स का बर्थडे कब है इस साल. So this is the ask in the bank PO question paper. Statement 1 है, it is between January 13 and 15th, January 13 being Wednesday. तो बोला गया है कि मनोहर का जो बर्थडे है वो 13 जनवरी से लेकर 15 जनवरी के बीच में है, और वो 13 जनवरी को वेडनेसडे है. सेकेंड स्टेटमेंट गो थ्रू करते हैं. लेट्स गो अहेड हियर. Second statement we have is it is on Friday. So with reference to that, from the statement 1 we can conclude that Manohar's birthday will be on 14th, and which is on Thursday. But this only the first statement is needed here, and that is for that sake we'll take an option that is A, that is the first statement only required. Next, moving ahead with another question, that is your question number 10th question of the session. On which day was purchased by which day was purchased by Rohan in 1996? And that was by bank PO question paper में पूछा गया है. And statement 1 is certainly before 18th December 1996, but definitely not before 15th December 1996. तो बोला गया है कि obvious सी बात है, उन्होंने like 15th December के पहले नहीं है, और but it would be before 18th December 1996. Yeah, and certainly after the 16th December 1996, but not later than the 19th December, that is 1996. Yeah, so with reference to that 15 के पहले है और 18 के बाद है, एंड 16 के बाद है, और 19 से पहले है. तो ऑल टोटल दोनों में कॉमन आपको डेट्स पता चल रही होंगी. From the statement we can conclude that Rohan purchased the flat between the 15th and the 18th, and on hold we can say that 15 के बाद तो मतलब होता है 16 और 17 में, क्योंकि 18 से पहले. एंड फ्रॉम द सेकेंड स्टेटमेंट वी कंक्लूड दैट देयर द फ्लैट वाज परचेज्ड बिटवीन द 16th and 19th. So the dates on the December will be finding out 17th and 18th here. So in all, both first and second statements were common here, and that we will take both the statements are required, so that option E will be the right answer. जिसमें statement 1 statement 2 दोनों ही required है, and 17 is common. तो 17th वो डेट है जब रोहन ने वो परचेज किया था फ्लैट. Now moving ahead with another question, that is your question number 11th question of the session. Is Arun taller than Sachin? क्या अरुण taller है सचिन से? आपको बोलना है, बताना है. तो आप स्टेटमेंट 1 है, दिनेश इज ऑफ द सेम हाइट एज अरुण एंड सचिन. दिनेश की उतनी ही सेम हाइट है जितनी अरुण और सचिन की है. सचिन इज नॉट शॉर्टर देन दिनेश, और सचिन जो है वो आपके दिनेश से छोटा नहीं है. विद रिस्पेक्ट टू द क्वेश्चन हियर, from the statement if I'm talking about that what will be finding out, so here that will be from the statement 1 we can conclude that the Dinesh, Arun and Sachin are of the same height. So Arun is not taller than Sachin. Thus the only one statement, the first statement, is sufficient to answer the question, and for that sake the option A will be the right answer. जिसमें सिर्फ और सिर्फ first statement ही आपका sufficient है to answer here. Moving ahead with another question, that is your question number 12th question of the session here. बसेज आर ऑलवेज पंचुअल इन सिटी एक्स. सिटी एक्स में आपके बसेस जो है बहुत पंचुअल हैं. एंड हाउ लॉन्ग एट द मोस्ट विल मिस्टर रॉय हैव टू वेट फॉर अप द बस. आपको बताना है कि कितना टाइम मिस्टर रॉय को लेना टाइम लगेगा टू वेट फॉर अ बस. या तो स्टेटमेंट 1 है, दैट इज मिस्टर रॉय हैज़ कम टू द बस स्टैंड एट 9 AM. मिस्टर रॉय जो है वो 9 बजे बस स्टैंड पे आ गए. There is a bus at 10 AM and possibly that aren't her buses even earlier here. So let's go ahead with the solution here. With respect to the Roy here, from both the given statement we find that Mr. Roy reached the bus stand at the at 9 AM, and the bus is sure to arrive at 10 AM. So Mr. Roy has to wait for at the most 1 hour here. So where we can say that the both the statements are required, and so that we can say that option E will be the right answer, जिसमें दोनों statements required हैं, दोनों statements necessary हैं. Moving ahead with the 13th question of the session here, and the 13th question we have is the chairman of a big company visits one department on Monday and every week except the expects for the Monday of the third week of every month. When did he visit the purchase department? So this is the bank PO question paper, and that is also an important one. Statement one here: he visited account department in the second week of the September after having a visit purchase department on the earlier occasion. The second statement we have: he had visited purchase department immediately after visiting the stores department but before visiting accounts department here. So with respect to the purchase department, in reference to the from the statement one, we can conclude that the chairman visited purchase department on Monday of that first week of the September, and the first statement alone is a sufficient. The time of visit of no department is mentioned in the second, and so which is therefore that is it second statement is insufficient. So we'll take as option A will be the right answer, that where the statement one will be the sufficient to answer the question here. Now moving ahead with another question, that is your question number 14th question of the session here. The 14th question of the session we have: how is D related to A? D किससे कैसे related है A से? First statement है आपका B is the brother of A and B is the D's son here. So with respect to this particular question, from the statement together we find that D is the father of B, and where B is the brother of A, so that D is the father of A. Thus both the given statements are needed, and that is both the statements are required, so that E option will be the right answer, where statement 1 and statement 2 are necessary and required. 15th question of the session, that Gaurav ranks 18th in the class. What is his rank from the last? आपको बताना है कि गौरव की 18th रैंक है आपकी क्लास में. आपको बताना है कि लास्ट से उसकी कितनी रिक्वायरमेंट. अगर टोटल नंबर पता चल गया स्टूडेंट्स का तो पता चल जाएगा, अदरवाइज इट इज़ नॉट इम्पॉसिबल. देयर आर 47 स्टूडेंट्स इन अ क्लास. बोला गया 47 स्टूडेंट्स टोटल इसमें क्लास में है. जतिन हु रैंक्ड 10th इन द सेम क्लास रैंक्स 38 फ्रॉम द लास्ट ईयर. सो बेसिकली उन्होंने बोला है कि 47 स्टूडेंट्स हैं क्लास में, और जतिन के बारे में बोला गया है कि जो 10th रैंक कर रहा है उसी सेम क्लास में, और वो लास्ट से 38th क्लास रैंक है. तो अकॉर्डिंग टू दिस, if going to figure out the that rank, to find out the rank from the other end, we find to know that the total number of the student in the class. So the first statement will be the sufficient, and also from the second statement we can now conclude that there are 10 plus 38 minus 1, that is also 47 student in a class, but the second is alone is also sufficient as well. So we will take here the C options here, and that will be the right answer for the question, and as well as for the sake of, क्योंकि इन दोनों में से either A1 और either second दोनों में सॉरी C ऑप्शन either 1 और either 2 दोनों में से कोई भी ऑप्शन आप ले सकते हैं, दोनों ही आपका sufficient है. Moving ahead with another question, and that is the question number 16th question of the session here. How many brothers does Tarun have? तरुण के पास कितने भाई हैं? तो ये आपका बैंक पीओ के क्वेश्चन पेपर में पूछा गया है. स्टेटमेंट 1 आपका है तरुण फादर हर हैज़ 3 चिल्ड्रन. तरुण के फादर जो है उनके पास 3 चिल्ड्रंस है. तरुण हैज़ 2 सिस्टर्स. तो तरुण के 2 सिस्टर्स है. अब आपको पूछा गया है कि तरुण के कितने भाई हैं. According to the question, you have to just consider about कि क्वेश्चन में क्या पूछा है, and then accordingly you can answer it. From both the statement together, we find that Tarun's father has 3 children, Tarun and his 2 sisters. This means that Tarun has no brother. So so both one and second, both statements are true, and that is needed actually, and that is the option A will be the right answer. इसमें दोनों statement आपको required होने चाहिए, क्योंकि भाई तो नहीं है, बट इससे पता चला गया कि तरुण के पापा के पास 3 बच्चे हैं, जिसमें से एक तो तरुण हुआ, 2 उसकी बहन है. तो विद रिगार्ड ऑफ दैट यू कैन जस्ट फिगर आउट कि उसकी कोई भी भाई नहीं है. Moving ahead with the 17th question of the session, and that is Rohit, Kajol, Tanmay and Suman are 4 friends who is oldest among them. तो बोला गया रोहित है, काजोल है, तन्मय है और सुमन है, ये 4 दोस्त हैं, जिनमें से बताना है सबसे ओल्डेस्ट कौन है इनमें से. So the statement 1 is the total age of the Kajol and Tanmay together is more than that of the Suman. The total age of the Rohit and the Kajol together is less than that of the Suman here. In the regard of this, if I'm talking about the the age of that student की कौन सबसे old है, from the given statement we find that for the first statement we'll just find it out कि K plus T that is greater than Suman, and we can say that that r plus k and that is less than s है. So thus who is the oldest is not known. तो कौन बड़ा है ये पता नहीं सकते हम. So who is oldest we cannot answer this, and for that sake we have an option. D will be the right answer because D option हम choose करेंगे जिसमें हम दोनों के हिसाब से हम sufficiently answer नहीं दे पा रहे हैं. Next question we have here is 18th question of the session, and the question we have is how many new years how many new years greeting cards were sold this year in the shop. आपको बताना है शॉप में कितने न्यू ईयर्स ग्रीटिंग कार्ड आपके सोल्ड हुए हैं. इस क्वेश्चन की बात करते हैं तो ये SBI PO के क्वेश्चन पेपर में पूछा गया है. द ऑप्शंस वी हैव इज, पहले फर्स्ट स्टेटमेंट चेक करते हैं. Statement 1 is last year 2935 cards were sold. लास्ट ईयर में 2935 कार्ड्स सोल्ड किए गए थे, पर यहाँ पे न्यू ईयर्स के बारे में पूछा गया है. And the number of the cards sold this year was 1.2 times that of the last year. तो बोला गया है कि लास्ट ईयर तो 2935 कार्ड सोल्ड किए गए थे, इस टाइम 1.2 टाइम्स ज़्यादा है लास्ट ईयर से. तो एज कम्पेयर टू दैट विल जस्ट फिगर आउट एंड जस्ट कैलकुलेट इट आउट. From the both the given statement we find that the number of the cards sold this year will be like 2935, and that is of 1.2 here, and we'll just do that. 5 to the 10, 0 यहाँ 1 carry, 2 3 the 6 plus 1 7, then 2 9 the 18, 1 यहाँ 2 to the 4 plus 1 5, and then we'll go ahead with the cross and 5 3, then we have 9, and then we have 5 2 here. Okay, so this will be the sequence. So 0 7 plus 5, that's 8 9 10, 11 12, 2 यहाँ 1 carry, and that is 9 10 11 12, so 2 यहाँ 1 carry same, and 1 carry with this, so we have that will be your 3 5 2 2, and then यहाँ पे पॉइंट 1 है तो यहाँ पे 1 लगा देंगे, तो हमें आंसर जो मिलेगा 35220, sorry 3522, 3522, and for that sake both the first and the second statement together are required to find out the answer here. Okay, now moving ahead with another question, and that is your question number 19th question of the session here. That is also an important with respect to the competition. The question 19th question of the session we have, in certain code language, एक certain code language में 297 means टाई क्लिप बटन एंड विच नंबर मीन्स बटन. आपको बताना है एक सर्टेन कोड है जिसमें टाई क्लिप 297 जो है टाई क्लिप बटन है, तो आपको बताना है कि बटन कौन सा सिग्निफाई करेगा नंबर. एंड दिस इज ऑल्सो एन इम्पॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चन बिकॉज दिस हैज बीन आस्क्ड इन द बैंक PO क्वेश्चन पेपर, एंड दैट इज ऑल्सो एन इम्पॉर्टेंट पेपर रिस्पेक्ट टू द कॉम्पिटिशन हियर. स्टेटमेंट 1 है, इन दैट लैंग्वेज 9 to 6 मीन्स क्लिप योर टाई. तो क्लिप योर टाई जो है वो आपका 9 to 6 स्टैंड कर रहा है. नाउ मूविंग अहेड विद द सेकंड स्टेटमेंट हियर. Second statement we have is, in that language 175 means whole and button, whole and button. So here we have to solve this particular solution. So comparing the information in the question over the statement 1, we find that 2 and 9 are the codes for the tie and clip. So the 7 means represent 7 7 represent we can say that 7 represent your button here. Okay, with regard of that thus first statement is alone sufficient, and again comparing the information in the questions with a second also, we find that the common code number 7 stands for the common and button. The second alone also is sufficient, so for that sake we'll go with a C option, and that will be either 1 or either 2. दोनों statement में से कोई भी एक statement आपका ले सकते हैं that to find out the answer here. The next question we have is 20th question of the session, that is how is B related to A. B कैसे related है A से. Statement 1 is A is B's sister. A जो है वो B की sister है. D is the father of A and B. D जो है वो आपका father है A and B का. तो with regard of this question here, from the statement 1 and the 2 together we can conclude that only that either B is the sister or the brother of A. So even from that the statement the exact relation cannot be known, so for that sake we'll take the option D, that we cannot specify the answer here. Now moving ahead with another question, and that is question number 21 at question of the session here. Among four brothers Anil, Pawan, Neeraj and Sahil, who is the heaviest? आपको बताना है चार भाई हैं अनिल, पवन, नीरज और साहिल. इनमें से सबसे ज़्यादा भारी हार्वेस्ट कौन है। इस क्वेश्चन की बात करती हूँ तो ये आपका SBI PO के क्वेश्चन पेपर में पूछा गया है, दैट इज इंपॉर्टेंट पेपर एज वेल एज इज रिगार्डिंग टू द कॉम्पिटिशन वाइज। स्टेटमेंट 1 है, अनिल एंड पवन आर ऑफ द सेम वेट। अनिल और पवन जो है वो सेम वेट के हैं। पवन वेट्स मोर देन द नीरज बट लेस देन द साहिल। पवन का जो वेट है वो नीरज से तो ज़्यादा है पर साहिल से कम है। तो according to the particular question here or the regard of that the statement, so we'll just say that for the first statement की जो आपका अनिल जो है वो पवन के वेट के इक्वल है, एंड फॉर दैट सेकेंड स्टेटमेंट विल से दैट अनिल जो आपका पवन है वो आपका नीरज से कम है, दैट इज ज़्यादा है, एंड ऑब्वियस सी बात है साहिल से कम है। तो विद रिगार्ड ऑफ while combining the both the two, we can conclude say that n is less than a, that is equals to p, and that is less than c. So Sahil is the heaviest, and both the statement is required. Sahil is the heaviest as well as both the statement is required. So both the statement is required, it means we will go with the option E here, where both the statements are required here. Moving ahead with another question, and that is your question number 22th question of the session here. And the question we have is, who is the C's partner in a game of cards involving the four players, that is A, B, C, D? The statement 1 is D is sitting opposite to A, and B is sitting right of A and left of D. With regard of the question, clearly each of the given statement shows that the B is sitting opposite to C and B is the partner of C. So where we can say that the options will be the right answer, either one or either two. दोनों में से कोई भी स्टेटमेंट अगर हम लेते हैं, so then that will be the right answer. Now moving ahead with another question, and that is the question number 23rd question of the session here. And the question we have is D brother of F? क्या D भाई है आपका F का? तो ये बैंक पे के क्वेश्चन पेपर में पूछा गया है, and that is also an important paper. Respect to the competition here. Statement 1 है, B has two sons of which F is one. तो and D's mothers is married to B. So from the first we can conclude that F is the son of the B, and from the second we can conclude that B's wife is D's mother here. So this means that D and F are the sons of B, and D is the brother of F here. So both the statement 1 and statement 2 are required. So we can go through with the options E, that will both the statements are required here to answer this particular question. So moving ahead with the 24th question of the session here, and the question we have, which day of the last week did Satish meet Kapil and Kapil residence? तो कौन सा लास्ट वीक था जो सतीश कपिल के घर पे कपिल से मिले? ये क्वेश्चन की बात करते हैं तो ये बैंक पीओ के क्वेश्चन पेपर में पूछा गया है. Having a statement 1, Kapil was out of the town from Monday to Wednesday, then he returned on Thursday morning. तो बोला गया कपिल जो है वो आपका आउट ऑफ द टाउन है, और वो मंडे से वेडनेसडे वो आपका आउट ऑफ द टाउन है, और वो थर्सडे मॉर्निंग में घर आया उस टाउन में. On Friday night, Satish telephoned his friend to inform that only yesterday he had got approval of Kapil after personally explaining to him all the details here. So Friday को उन्होंने कॉल किया. So in which day he met? Statement second reveals that the Satish made his friend couples on the day that prior to the Friday, and that is Thursday. So the thus only second statement is required, and the Thursday they meet together. For that sake we have a B statement जिसमें से first B second statement is required to answer the question, and that will be the right answer. The option B will be the right answer for this particular question. Moving ahead with the 25th question of the session here is, here for 25th question, what is the Gagan's age? Gagan's age क्या है? Statement 1 है Gagan's, Vimal's and Kunal's are of all the same age, and the second statement we have is total age of Vimal, Kunal and Anil is 32, and the Anil is old as Vimal as Kunal together. With respect to that, we have to find out as a given statement first and second we have that कि जो गगन है वो आपका विमल और कुणाल के इक्वल है, and that जो विमल है और कुणाल है that is equals to 32, and जो आपका a है वो आपका v plus k है. So according to the putting these values in together, we'll just say that कि जो r है, and that we will have is r equals to 8 here. So with reference to that, if the statement has both the statements are needed, and so that we can go through with the option A, and that we can say that while putting the value. So now we'll go ahead with another question, that is your question number 26th question of the session. The question we have is, how is Rakesh related to Keshav? Rakesh कैसे केशव से related है? This has been asked in the bank PO question paper, and that is also an important paper respect to the competition wise. Of statement 1 है, Tapan's wife Nisha is paternal aunt of the Keshav, and the statement 2 is Rakesh is the brother of a friend of Nisha. So basically we'll go ahead with the solution here. Clearly both the statement together are not sufficient to answer this question, so we'll just go through with the D option where we cannot answer the particular question कि राकेश कैसे केशव से related है. Now moving ahead with another question, and that is the question number 27th question of the session here. And the question we have is, 4 plays A, B, C, D were staged on each day, and the 4 consecutive days, but not necessarily is on the order. Which day was the play C staged? Statement 1 है, if the first play was staged on 14th and Tuesday was followed by the play D, and play A was not organized on 16, and there was a gap or 1 day between the A and B. So we'll just make a sort of a table here. तो यहाँ पे 14th है, ये 15th है, we'll do ahead, 16th है और यहाँ पे ये 17th है. तो this is Tuesday, this is Wednesday, this is Thursday, and this is Friday here. Okay, so this is A, this is D, this is B, and this is C according to the statement what they had given. So there's both A, first and the second statements are required, and for that sake we have an option A will be the right answer, where both the statements are required to answer the particular question here. Moving ahead with the 28th question of the session, the question we have is, Manoj, Prabhakar, Akash and Kamal are 4 friends. Manoj, Prabhakar, Akash and Kamal जो आपके 4 friends हैं. Who among them is the heaviest? आपको बताना है कौन heaviest है इनमें से. बैंक पीओ के क्वेश्चन पेपर में पूछा गया. स्टेटमेंट 1 है, प्रभाकर इज हैवियर देन मनोज. प्रभाकर जो है वो हैवियर है आपके मनोज से. ओके, एंड कमल बट लाइटर देन आकाश. मनोज इज लाइटर देन प्रभाकर एंड आकाश बट हैवियर देन कमल. अकॉर्डिंग टू द कंडीशन द फॉर्म द स्टेटमेंट 1 वी विल से दैट प्रभाकर से है, प्रभाकर जो है वो नाल से भी है और आपके प्रभाकर इससे है. फॉर द सेकेंड स्टेटमेंट विल जस्ट गो अहेड, ये इनसे बड़े हैं, हैवीएस्ट है, ये इनसे हैवीएस्ट है और ये इनसे हैवीएस्ट है. कंबाइनिंग द बोथ टू we'll just get the sequence that is A greater than B then greater than M then greater than K. तो आकाश जो है वो सबसे ज़्यादा हैवीएस्ट है. So both the statements are required, so we'll go with option E, that both the statements were required for to answer this question. Moving ahead with the 29th question of the session, that is Hemant rank 10th in class. हेमंत की जो रैंक है वो 10th है इनकी क्लास में. हाउ मेनी स्टूडेंट्स आर देयर इन द क्लास, कितने स्टूडेंट्स है क्लास में. इस क्वेश्चन की बात करते हैं, बैंक पीओ के क्वेश्चन पेपर में पूछा गया है, जो कि बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चन पेपर है आपका. दैट इज स्टेटमेंट 1 इज हिज फ्रेंड्स गॉट 58th रैंक. उनके फ्रेंड को 58th रैंक मिली, विच इज द लास्ट, जो कि लास्ट थी. Hemant's rank from the last is 49th here. So according to the particular question, that a statement 1 reveals the 58 in the last rank in the class. So this means there was a 58 students in the class, so that the first is alone is sufficient. And from the second statement we find that the Hemant's rank in the class is 10th from the top of the 49, and from the last, so there is also 10 plus 49 minus 1, that is 58 student in the class. So thus second alone is sufficient. So we can say that option C will be will taking the as answer कि जिसमें statement either first statement or either second statement में से कोई भी statement लेंगे तो we'll get the answer here. Now moving ahead with another question, and that is question number 30th question of the session here. So here the 30th question of the session is weapons and Javed's salaries are in the proportion 4:3 respectively. What will be the weapons salary? Statement 1, they had given you Javed's salary is for 75% of that weapons salary, and Javed's salary is rupees 4,500. So what will be the weapons salary? You have to find it out. With regard of this for the first statement की अगर हम बात करते हैं, that is merely to the interpretation of that information contained in this question. However, the weapon salary can be determined from the statement 2 as follows. Let a weapon and Javed salary be 4x and 3x what they had given you, and the ratio that is 4x and 3x respectively. So 3x equals to here in regard of. So here we can see that Vipin and Javed salary be 4x and 3x as we can say as respectively. So 3x equals to 4500, and we can say that we will just find it out, and then that will be the 1500. That x value जो है वो 1500 निकली. Vipin salary के हिसाब से अगर हम लिखते हैं तो that is 4x equals to 6,000 here, and then we'll cancel out. Thus the second alone is sufficient here, and the first is not necessary. So will be option B will be the right answer, so that the second statement will be the necessary and the first statement will be not be the that necessary, and that is not sufficient here. Moving ahead with the 31st question of the session, that is at what a time did Sonali leave her office for leave her home for office. सोनाली किस टाइम पे अपना घर छोड़ती हैं ऑफिस के लिए जाने के लिए. स्टेटमेंट 1 की बात करते हैं. स्टेटमेंट 1 इज सोनाली रिसीव्ड अ फोन कॉल एट 9:15 AM at her home, and Sonali car reached office at 10:15 AM, 45 minutes after she left her residence. And this has been asked in the SBI question paper. According to the questions here, where from the statement second, we can conclude that the Sonali left her home 45 minutes before 10:15 AM, and that is of 9:30. We can say that. Okay, so after that what will be the only second will be required, and that is also needed, and the B statement will be the right answer for this question. क्योंकि वो 10:15 से पहले पे पहुंची है और 45 मिनट्स पहले अपने वो घर से निकली थी, तो विल फॉर्म इट आउट, एंड वो आपके 9:30 निकली है घर से. तो for that sake the option second will be the right statement. Second will be the necessary and the required. 32th question of the session, how many sons does D have? कितने सन है D के? ये SBI PO के क्वेश्चन पेपर में पूछा गया. अब स्टेटमेंट 1 है A's father has 3 children. A के फादर के पास जो है वो आपके 3 बच्चे हैं. B is A's brothers and sons of D here. According to the question here, where we can see that from both the first and the second statement together, as we can conclude that A and B are children of D, but the sex of A and the third child of D is not known. So that both the statements are together are also not sufficient to answer the question. So we'll go with the option D, that both the statements were not sufficient to answer the questions here. Moving ahead with the 33rd question of the session, and that is A, B, C, D, and E are sitting in a row, and B is sitting A and between A and E, and who among them is in the middle? The statement 1 is said A is left of B and the right of D. C is the at the end right end here. According to the question here, with a request to the first statement, what they had told you कि A B जो है तो वो आपका A B E साथ में पहली बात तो बैठे हुए हैं A B E, और उसके आगे आपके यहाँ D आ गए. And after that the second statement we get the complex complete sequence, that is D A B E, and then we'll get C at the other end. So clearly B is in the middle here, so we can just go ahead. to इधर B middle में है, so both the statements are required, and both the statements are necessary to answer the question. So E option will be the right answer for the question where both the statements are required. Moving ahead with the 34th question of the session, how many gift boxes were sold on Monday? Monday को कितने big gift boxes sold हुए थे ये आपको बताना है. बैंक पीओ के क्वेश्चन पेपर में पूछा गया, and that is also an important paper among the competition wise. Statement 1 है it was 10% more than the boxes sold on the earlier day, that is on Sunday. 10% ज़्यादा सेल हुए हैं जितने कि संडे में सेल हुए थे, तो that is earlier than. Every third visitor to a shop purchased the box. 1500 visitors were there on Sunday. तो बोला गया 1500 विजिटर्स मूव गए थे आपके उस शॉप में संडे को, एंड आपके हर तीसरा जो विजिटर था उसने उस बॉक्स को खरीदा है. With according to that sequence from the second statement, we can conclude that the 1500 they had given you, and 1500 upon 3 हम कर सकते हैं क्योंकि वो हमारे हर थर्ड ने उसको खरीदा है. We'll just cancel it out. We'll get 500 boxes were sold on a Sunday, and then for the first statement we find that the number of the boxes sold was Monday, and that is of Sunday का 10% add और ज़्यादा था, so 500 plus 10 percent of 500. We'll just find it out, that is 550 will be the right answer. So in this case we can say that the both the statements, statement 1 as well as the statement 2 are necessary, and that is required. So with this we have an option E, that will be the right answer. Statement 1 and statement 2 both are right, both are required here to answer this question. So the statement option E will be the right answer here the further question. Moving ahead with the 35th question of the session, what is the monthly salary of Praveen? Praveen की monthly salary कितनी है? Statement 1 we have given Praveen get 15% more than the Sumit, while Sumit get 10% less than the Lokesh. Sumit को 10% Lokesh से कम मिलता है, Praveen को 15% ज़्यादा मिलता है Sumit से. So let's go ahead with the second statement here. So here, that is the second statement, Lokesh's monthly salary will be the 2500. From both the given statement, we find that the Praveen's salary will be the 115th percent of that is of you can say the 90% of 2500. So we'll just find it out, and that is rupees 2587.50 paisa. And both the first and the second statements are required, so that we can say that option E will be the right answer, that in that case both the statements are required to answer the particular question. Moving ahead with another question, that is your question number 36 question of the session. How many pages of the book X did Robert read on Sunday? जो रोबर्ट ने संडे को रीड किया था, उस बुक में कितने पेजेस हैं? इस क्वेश्चन की बात करते हैं तो ये बैंक पीओ के क्वेश्चन पेपर में पूछा गया है. Here we go with the statement 1. Statement 1 है आपका, the book has 300 pages, out of which 2/3 were read by him before Sunday. जो कि 300 पेजेस जो उन्होंने रॉबर्ट ने 2/3 जो 300 पेजेस के थे वो उन्होंने ऑलरेडी संडे से पहले पढ़ लिया था. रॉबर्ट रीड द लास्ट 40 पेजेस ऑफ द बुक ऑन द मॉर्निंग ऑन द मंडे. लास्ट 40 पेजेस जो थे वो उन्होंने मंडे को मॉर्निंग को पढ़ा है. तो आपको बताना है कि संडे के दिन उन्होंने कितना पढ़ा है. From the first statement and the second statement, we find that the Robert Reed was 300 ka 2/3. That is 200 pages before Sunday, and the last 40 days में उन्होंने मंडे को पढ़ा, तो 40 ये मंडे को पढ़ा उन्होंने. तो this means that he reads 100 में 40 प्लस करेंगे 0, that is 4, and 240 pages उन्होंने सैटरडे और इससे पहले संडे से पहले और मंडे को मॉर्निंग में पढ़ा है 240 पेजेस. एंड विद 240 पेजेस और उसमें हम 300 में 240 माइनस कर देंगे तो विल गेट टू नो कि उन्होंने संडे में कितना पढ़ा है, दैट इज 60 पेजेस. तो मतलब संडे को जो उन्होंने पढ़ा है वो 60 पेजेस संडे को पढ़ा है. So we'll get the answer here, and for this sake we want to get to both the statement is necessary, in both the statements are required to answer this particular question. So the option E will be the right answer for this question here. Moving ahead with another question, and that is your question number 37th question of the session here. And the question is, in the last month of the company decided to increase the cost of the mixer by the 10%, what is the present price of the mixer? This has been asked in the bank pure question paper. The statement 1 is, the cost of the mixer and the juicer together was rupees 2,850 a month ago. The amount of the 10% increases on the mixer come to rupees 220 here. So let the present price of the mixer that can be calculated from the statement 2 as follows. Let the earlier price would be the X, so we can just say that 10% of X is equals to 220, and where X equals to, we'll get 22 100 here, 2200. and present price की अगर हम बात करते हैं, so we'll get 2200 plus 2220. So we'll just add it on and we'll get 2420. So only the second statement will be needed and will be required. First statement का कोई काम नहीं है, तो B option will be the right answer, जिसमें statement second हमें required थी और ज़रूरी थी, और जो कि first statement में नहीं है. Without first statement हम इसको solve कर सकते हैं. 58th question of the session, in a certain language pit knack bit. एक certain language code में pit knack mit जो है, that means red pant shirt. Which word means pant in that language? आपको बताना है. pit knack mit का मतलब है red pant shirt, तो आपको बताना है pant का क्या मतलब है. Statement 1 है Mit Tim Knack sir means that he wore a red pant. Nick Jit bit means shirt is dirty. So according to the question here, clearly from each of the following statement we find that the code of the pant is either, you know, in regard of either omit or knack, so none of them is sufficient to answer this question. So we'll go through with the option D, where both the statement is not sufficient to answer this particular question here. Moving ahead with the 39th question of the session, and the question we have here is, and that is in a certain code, Lee P Tin means always keep smiling. Lee Tin का Lee Pin P और Tin का मतलब है always keep smiling. What is the code of the smiling? आपको smiling का कोड बताना है. इस क्वेश्चन की बात करते हो तो ये बैंक पीओ के क्वेश्चन पेपर में पूछा गया है, जो कि बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट पेपर है इन रिस्पेक्ट टू द कंपटीशन वाइज. स्टेटमेंट 1 है Tin let Lee means always keep left, and second statement है आपका Lee P, that means rose smiling. So with this conclusion, will we have to find it out comparing the informations in the questions with the statement 1, and we find that the Tin and Ellie are the two codes for always and keep. So P represent the smiling, so thus first statement alone is sufficient. So we'll go with the C option here. That will either be first or either be second. We can just find out the answer. Again, comparing the information of the question with a second, we find out the common word P stands for the common for the smiling, so the second statement is also sufficient here. So the option C will be the right answer here for the question, and that is either one or the second statement. We can just go ahead. Moving ahead with next question that we have, your 40th question of the session here. 40th question of the session, how many visitors saw the exhibitor yesterday? Statement 1 है each entry pass holder can take up to the 3 person with him or her. Statement 2 है in all 243 passes was sold yesterday. So basically in this case, from the two statement we find that the maximum 243 passes has been gone, passes has been sold, and 243 को क्योंकि एक के साथ आप तीन को लेके जा सकते हैं, तो तीन मल्टीप्लाई करेंगे, 3 मल्टीप्लाई करेंगे, विल गेट 729 here. Visitors saw that visitors saw from the exhibition, but the exact number cannot be determined. So with respect to that, we'll go with option D, that is not both the statements are not sufficient to answer this particular question here. Moving ahead with this question की बात करती हूँ. ये question आपका बैंक पीओ के question paper में पूछा गया है, and regard of the competition wise it is an important paper with respect to the competition. Now moving ahead with the 41st question of the session here, and that what we have to discuss is your 41th. How much was the total sale of the company? कितनी sale हुई है company की? The first statement is the company sold 8,000 units of the product A, each carrying rupees 25, and the statement 2 is this company has no other products line. So basically in this question, when we are going to the company products, how much they had sold it, from the first statement 1 and 2 together, we find that the company sells only the product A, and the total sale for the product A will be in the case of this, so we can say that 8,000 what they had given you, and that is multiplied by 25, so we'll get as answer that is 20, and that is 2 lakh here. Okay, so this is 2 lakh here in the rupees, which is also the total sale of the company. So the both the statement first and the second are required, and for that sake we will go with option E here, and this is an important question as well. Sorry, this will get go with option E here, and that is for that sake the both the statements are required, and both the statements are necessary to answer this question. Next, moving ahead with another question, that is your question number 42th question of the session. In what proportion would Rajiv, Karan and Altaf distribute profit among them? तो किस proportion में राजीव, करण और अल्ताफ distribute करेंगे profit आपस में? So this has been asked in the bank pay question paper. So the statement 1 is Raj gets 2/5 of the profit. राज के पास 2/5 आपका गया profit. Karan and Altaf have made a 75% of the total investment here. According to the question, if I'm talking about with the statement, even both the statements together are not sufficient to answer the question, so we'll go with the options D here, that is not sufficient. Both the statements are not sufficient to answer this question here. Moving ahead with 43rd question of the session, what will be the total weight of 10 poles of each of the same weight? आपका क्या total weight होगा 10 poles का जो कि आपका same weight में है? Statement 1 है 1/4 of the weight of a pole is 5 kg, and the statement 2 is the total weight of the 3 poles is 20 kg, and more than that the total weight of the 2 poles here. With regard of this, if I'm going to answer here, from the first we find that the weight of the one pole will be 5 or multiply 4, that is your 20 kg here, and so that the weight of the 10 poles will be the 200 kg here. 10 poles के लिए अगर हम बात करते हैं, and where thus the first statement alone is the sufficient. From the second statement we have weight of 3 poles and the weight of 2 poles, that is 20 kg, and then weight of one pole, that is 20 kg, and weight of 10 poles, that is 200 kg. So second also is all alone is also sufficient. So we'll go with the option C here, जिसमें से either first or either second, आप कोई भी दोनों में से एक ले सकते हैं statement for the finding out the answer here. So moving ahead with the 44th question of the session, the question we have is Rajiv's monthly salary is rupees 4,000. 4,000 monthly salary है राजीव की. What is Atul's monthly salary? आपको अतुल की monthly salary बतानी है. इस क्वेश्चन की अगर हम बात करते हैं बैंक पीओ के क्वेश्चन पेपर में पूछा गया है, and that is also an important paper with respect to the competition wise. If I'm talking about statement 1 is Atul gets rupees 500 more than that average salary of his and hers Rajiv. Average of Rajiv and Atul's salary is 44,500 here. From the first statement, if I'm telling out, we have that A equals to A plus 4,000 upon 2 here, that is your 500. So A minus 4,000, that is equals to, just write it on, A minus 4,000 that is equals to 1,000. तो A जो होगा वो आपका कितना होगा 5,000 होगा. Okay, so viewers, for the second Tul's monthly salary will be 5,000. From the second statement we have A plus R by 2, and that is 4,000. So A plus R by 2, and that is also 5,000. So thus either first or the second statement is sufficient. So we'll go with the C options here, जिसमें आप या तो statement 1 या तो statement 2 दोनों में से कोई भी एक ले सकते हैं, आपको वो आंसर मिलेगा. Moving ahead with the 45th question of the session, among 5 friends who is the tallest? कौन सबसे tallest है 5 friends में? So D is the taller than A and C, and B is the shorter than E but taller than D here. From the first statement we can say that D is greater than A, and that is D is greater than C as well. From the second statement we'll get A is greater than B and greater than D. Combining the above two we'll get the sequences E is greater than B, greater than D, greater than A and a C. We can say that A and C में से कोई भी है. तो E is the tallest, सबसे बड़ा जो है वो तो tallest है. अगर सबसे छोटा होता तो फिर obviously बात थोड़ा confusion होता. Clearly both the statements are needed to answer this question, so we'll go ahead with the option E here. That is option E will be the right answer. Both the statements are required here. We will discuss the 46th question of the session. The question we have is, what is the price range of the ordinary wall clock? या ordinary wall clock का आपका price range था. बैंक पीओ के question paper में पूछा गया, and that is also an important paper among the competition wise. If I'm talking about, there are the two statements. The first statement is the price range of an ordinary wristwatch of company that that is X is rupees 400 to rupees 600, and the price range of the ordinary wall clock of the company X is a 50% that of that ordinary watches here. So you have to tell कौन सा statement इसमें verify करेगा and कौन सा statement required है. From the both the statement together we can conclude that the price range of the ordinary wall clock is 200 to 300, and thus of both first and the second statement are required. So with that case we can say that A option will be the right answer, जिसमें दोनों ही आपके statement required है. Moving ahead with another question, and that is your question number 47th question of the session here. That is, what is the amount of rice exported from India? कितना amount of rice आपका export होता है इंडिया से? Statement 1 है, India's export to America is 60,000 tons of this is your 10% of the total rice export. And the second is, India's total export tonnage of rice is 12.5% of the, that is a total of 1.9 million tons here. From the statement 2, we conclude that the total amount of the rice exported from India is 12.5% of the 1.9 million tons. So the answer to the given question will be the derived from second statement alone, and for that sake we have an option B will be the right answer, जिसमें second statement ही सही है. Moving ahead with another question, and that is your question number 48th question of the session here. And the question we have here is your how much amount Roni here, if I'm talking about, so how much amount Roni required to pay for a new car in the buyback scheme. This has been asked in the SBI PO question paper, and the statement we have there are the two statements. This, the first statement is the cost of the new car was 3 times the cost price of his old car, and the second statement is his old car was valued at rupees 25,000 under buyback and scheme here. With respect to these two statements, we have to conclude which of the statement will be the right, and from both the statement together we conclude that the price of the new car is 2500, and that is multiplied by 3 here with regard of the question what they had answered here. So 25,000 को हम जब 3 से multiply करेंगे, we'll get 75,000 here in the rupees, and so the Ronnie had to buy rupees 75,000, जो कि 75,000 आया है. 25,000 में हम 25,000 minus कर देंगे, so we will get your that is 50,000 we will get as answer, and that will be the cost, so that both the statement 1 and statement 2 is required. So we go with the option E, that in which the both the statements are required and necessary as well. Moving ahead with another question, and that is your question number 49th question of the session, and the question we have is, how many votes did candidate X receive in the city cooperative bank directors elections? This has been asked in the bank PO question paper, and the statement, there are the two statement here. The first statement is candidate X got 17% of the votes that were the cost, and the second statement is 4/5 of the 1,000 eligible voters that cost their votes. So with this respect, from the statement 2 we can conclude that the number of the votes cast is your 4 by 5, that is multiplied by 1,000. So we'll just cancel it out, and then we'll get 5 ones are 5, 5 2s are 10, and the 2 zeros, and 2 4s are 20. So we'll get here that will be your 800, and while we cancelling out, so this is 1,000 only, so we will get 10 and then 200 here. So we'll just multiply, and then we'll get your 800 here as an answer. From the statement 1 we can conclude that the votes polled by the candidate X, and that will be the 17% of 800, and that is equals to 136. So here we will be having a statement 1 and a statement 2, both are required and both are necessary to answer this particular question. So we will go ahead with the option E, that in where we will get both the statement to be correct, and that is necessary as well. Moving ahead with the 50th question of the session, and the question we have is, what is Manohar's birthday? Manohar's ka birthday kab hai? So the first statement state that the Manohar's father was born on 27th May 1948. तो मनोहर के जो फादर्स हैं वो 27th May 1948 को पैदा हुए, एंड सेकेंड स्टेटमेंट बोल रहा है मनोहर इज 25 years younger than his mother, और 25 years younger है वो अपनी मम्मा से. तो क्लियरली इवन बोथ द स्टेटमेंट टुगेदर डू नॉट रिवील द मनोहर्स बर्थडे, क्योंकि ये उनके पापा की एज के बारे में बता रहे हैं और ये उनके मदर्स की एज के रेफरेंस में मनोहर की एज बता रहे हैं, तो कोई ऐसा रिलेशन नहीं आ रहा है. सो वी कैन नॉट फाइंड द एग्जैक्टली व्हाट विल बी द आंसर. सो विल गो विद द ऑप्शन डी हियर, जिसमें ईदर 1 एंड ईदर 2 दोनों ही स्टेटमेंट को कंक्लूड, या बोथ दोनों ही फर्स्ट स्टेटमेंट 1 एंड स्टेटमेंट 2 को कंक्लूड करने के बाद भी वी आर नॉट एबल टू आंसर दिस पर्टिकुलर क्वेश्चन, एंड फॉर दैट सेक विल गो विद ऑप्शन डी हियर. And now moving ahead with another question, and that is question number 51th question of the session here. Moving ahead with the 51st question of the session, that is on which day in April is Gautam's birthday? April में कौन से day में आपका Gautam का birthday? This has been asked in the bank PO question paper, and the first statement we have is Gautam was born exactly 20 year after his mother's was born. The second statement is his mother will be 55 years 4 months and 5 days on August 18th this year here. So with respect to that, clearly that the birthday of the Gautam's mother can be found out from the second statement, and then the Gautam's birthday can be determined using the fact given in the first statement. Thus, both the statements are required, and both the statements are important to answer this particular question. And this has been asked in the bank PO question paper, and that is also an important paper respect to the competition wise. So will be this both statements are required, and that is the E option will be the right answer, so that you can answer this particular question, that is on which day April is Gautam's birthday. Moving ahead with another question, and that is the question number 52th question of the session here. The question we have is total money with Naresh and Ajay is 28% of that, or with Usman, how much money is Ajay having? This question has been asked at the back PO question paper as well. The statement, these were the two statements. The first statement is Usman has got rupees 75,000, and the second statement states that the ratio of the money of Naresh to money held by the Ajay is 1:3 here. With respect to this particular question here, where from the first we'll find out the total money by the Naresh and the Ajay, that will be finding out that will be the 28 upon 100 multiply by 75,000, and we cancel it out by two zeros, and then we'll multiply and we'll get 21,000 here. And with respect to the second statement, we find out the money with the Ajay here, and that is of the 3 by 4 of 21,000 here. So we'll do that 3 by 4 into 21,000, and then cancel it out, we'll be getting 15,750 rupees. So both the statement 1 and statement 2 are required to answer this particular question. We'll go with option E here for this particular question. Moving ahead with we have another question, that is your question number 53rd question of the session here. 53rd question of the session is what time did the train leave today? Train कब leave करेगा? Statement 1 is the train normally leaves on time, and second statement is the scheduled departure is at 14:30, that is 2:30 p.m. That we will go through with this, then we can answer this clearly. Even both the statements together do not reveal the exact time of the departure of that train today, so we cannot go ahead with the solution what they had asked you in the question. So we'll go over the option D. We either first statement and second statement combinedly cannot give sufficient answer that what they had asked you, so we'll go with option D here. Moving ahead with the 54th question of the session. The question is on which day in January Subhas left for Germany? तो किस दिन जर्मनी जनवरी में वो सुभाष जो हैं वो जर्मनी गए थे? That is first statement is Subhas has so far spent 10 years in Germany. Subhas' friends Anil left for the Germany on 15th February and joined Subhas 20 days after Subhas' arrival here. With the concept of this particular question, we'll go ahead, and even though clearly even from both the statement we cannot conclude that the exact date of the Subhas leaving for Germany, and so then we will go with the option D here, so that we cannot answer the particular combining of both statement, even though we are not gives the satisfactory answer that what they had asked you. So we'll go with the option D here. Moving ahead with the 55th question of the session, and that the question we have is in which year was Rahul born? Rahul कब born हुए थे? Statement 1 है आपका Rahul at present 25 years younger to his mother. Second statement we have is Rahul's brother who was born in 1964 is 35 years younger to his mother. With regard of the Rahul's what they had asked you in what year was Rahul born, and from the both statement we found that the Rahul is that is 35 years 25 years younger, so we'll get ahead like 10 years older than his brother who was born in 1964. So the Rahul was born in 1954. Thus both the given statement are needed to answer this particular query, so we'll go with the option E there, where both the statements are important and both the statements are required as well. Moving ahead with another question, and that is question number 56th question of the session here. The question is what is the area of the plot? Area of the plot क्या था? इस question की बात करते हैं तो ये SBI PO के question paper में पूछा गया है. That is also an important paper respect to the competition wise. The statement 1 is the perimeter of the plot is 208 meter. Perimeter of plot जो है वो 208 मीटर है. And the second statement is the length is more than the breadth by 4 meter. और जो length है आपकी वो आपकी ज़्यादा है as 4 meter as compared to the breadth here. So from this we'll just find it out, like the area of the plot can be determined from the both the first and the second statement as follows, like if they let the breadth of that the plot will be in the breadth of will let the breadth will be the x here, and we are letting the length will be your x plus 4 what they had told you. So with regard of this, you know the parameter of 208 already you know in DIY, so we'll go ahead and solve it out. Perimeter equals to 2, that is x plus 4 plus x, and then that is equals to 208. Further we'll solve this, so we'll get 4x equals to 200, and further we'll solve this and we'll get 50. So x equals to 50 here. So लेंथ तो आपका 50 हो गया, 50 था और 50 प्लस 4, सो विल गेट 54 हियर. एंड ब्रेथ जो है वो आपका 50 निकल के आ गया. तो ऑलरेडी इससे हम पैरामीटर निकाल लेंगे. यू ऑल्सो नो दैट वी विल फाइंड इट आउट एंड विल जस्ट मल्टीप्लाई बोथ. एरिया अगर हमें निकालना है तो वी विल मल्टीप्लाई लेंथ एंड ब्रेथ. तो 54 मल्टीप्लाई 50 एंड वी विल गेट हियर. एज यू कैन सी लेंथ जो हम एरिया निकालते हैं वो हमारा होता है लेंथ इनटू ब्रेथ. ओके, जिनकी मैथ थोड़ी सी वीक है मैं उनके लिए पूरा फॉर्मूला लिख के दे रही हूँ. 54 को मल्टीप्लाई करेंगे विल गेट हियर दैट इज 2700 meter square. Meters with yes meter square, and hence the both first and the second statements are required, and so that we can say that the option E will be the right answer, where both the statements are required to answer this particular question. Now moving ahead with another question, that is your question number 57th question of the session. Here is 57th question of the session, that is how many speeches were delivered in the 2 days program. This has been asked in the bank pure question paper, and that is also an important paper respect to the competition wise. The statement 1 we have is 18 speakers were invited to give at least one speech, out of which 1/6 of the speakers could not come. And the second statement is 1/3 of the speakers gave 2 speeches each. So with respect to this particular question, we can go ahead from the one statement that the number of the speakers who attended the program will be, and that is 18 minus 1/6 here. So where we can say ahead, then we'll solve this and we can just find it out, like 1 upon 6 multiply 18. So we'll go ahead and 6 that is 6 3 18, so we'll get 18 minus 3 and we'll get 15 as answer. And from the statement 2 we'll find it out, that is 1 by 3 multiply by 15, and then we'll cancel it out, we'll get 3 as answer. So the 3 speakers gave 2 speeches each, so while each of the remaining 10 speakers delivered only one speech, so the total number of the speakers delivered will be either 5, that is multiply by 2 plus 10 multiply by 1, and that is equals to 20. So with respect to this, we can conclude that E option will be the right answer, where that both the statements are required to answer this particular question here. Now moving ahead with another question, and that is your question number this is your 58th question of the session here, and that is your question number, if I'm talking about so this is 58th question. So here this is your 58th question of the session, and that is what is the birthday of Sonali's mother. Sonali's mother की क्या birth date है, and that is your bank PO के question paper में पूछा गया, and that is also an important one. Statement 1 is Sonali's father remembers that his father's birthday is at after 28th and the before 23rd Feb, and Sonali's brother remembers that the mother's birthday was at 21st but before 25th February. So according to this, from the statement we'll find that the birthdays of the Sonali's mother fall on the 21st or the 2nd, if I'm talking about February. From the statement second we will be finding out that the Sonali's mother will fall on both the fall on is 22nd or 23rd or 24th February. So इसमें दोनों में common 22nd है. So thus the day common to the above two groups will be the 22nd February. So the birthday falls on the 22nd February, and with respect to that, both the first and the second statements are required, and that is important. So we'll go with the option E, that both the statements are required and necessary here to answer this particular question. Moving ahead with the 59th question of the session, the question we have is, in each of the following problem, there is a one question and the three statements 1, 2 and 3 are given below with the questions. You have to decide whether the date given in the statement is sufficient to answer the question. Read all the statements carefully and find out the problem pure which can be sufficient to answer the question. And any one of each of alternative which contain the statement or the pair of the statement sufficient to answer the question will be your answer. And for example, if only one statement 1 is sufficient to answer the question, the statement 1 and the second together should not be accepted or as answer to the question. And remember out these statements, each of them above can be sufficient to answer the question. In such cases, for example, your answer shall taken. For example, if and only statement 1 is sufficient to answer the question, the statement second together should not be accepted or the answer to the question. Remember, out of these three statements, each of them alone can only be sufficient to answer the question. In such cases, for example, your answer should be taken as only one or only second or only third and not only first, that will be the right answer. So यहाँ पे थोड़ा सा पैटर्न चेंज हो जाएगा क्वेश्चन का. अभी तक कि हम लोग ऑप्शन ए, ऑप्शन बी, ऑप्शन सी, ऑप्शन डी की लाइक फर्स्ट स्टेटमेंट नेसेसरी है या सिर्फ सेकंड ही है या फिर दोनों है या तो इन दोनों में से कोई एक है या फिर दोनों ही नहीं है या दोनों ही है, तो वो सारे केसेस चल रहे थे. बट अब यहाँ पे रेफरेंसेस हो जाएंगे कि सिर्फ वन स्टेटमेंट है, सेकंड स्टेटमेंट है कि थर्ड स्टेटमेंट है या दोनों है या वन और टू है या वन और थ्री है, सेकंड और थर्ड है या थर्ड और सेकंड है, तो उसके रिस्पेक्ट में क्वेश्चन हो जाएंगे. सो यू हैव टू अकॉर्डिंगली यू हैव टू आंसर दोस क्वेश्चन है. Now moving ahead with the question, that is the question number 60th question of the session here. So here we have a 60th question, that is Pankaj is younger than the Sunita and Rupali is older than Tom. Who among them is the oldest? Statements की बात करते हैं. अगर statement है that is Rupali is older than Pankaj, Sunita is older than Rupali and Tom is youngest among all here. With the options we have is only second, only third or first and second together. So with respect to the first statement, we have P is less than S and T is less than R. And for from the for that given here, for the first statement we have a P is less than R and then R is less than S for the second statement. So with this conclusion we have to find out कौन सा statement necessary है and कौन सा statement required है. From the third we have a Tom is the youngest, so we can say that P is also less than S and T is less than S, R and less than S as well. So clearly the Sonali is the oldest and only second statement is required to answer this. So the only second will be the right answer. Only second, only third and first and second together, that is option A, will be the right answer here. Moving ahead with another question, that is the question number 61th question of the session here. And the questions we have is, what does come represent in that code? आपको बताना है कि come का क्या represent कर रहा है इस कोड में. SBI PO के क्वेश्चन पेपर में पूछा गया. That is an important question among the competition wise. First part is pit na tak, that means come and go in that code. Pit ja ta da means you are good in that code. Na da rak means you can come in that code here. So the options you can see here as options A is 1 and second together, first and third together here. So first and second together, first and third together, and second and third together. With respect to that, to find out that the code or for the come, we need to have two statement which have one common code word, that is come as in the common word, and the first and third together are sufficient. So first and third together, first and second nahi, first and third yes, and second and third nahi. The first and third, the second and first and third together will be the sufficient, that is option B will be the right answer. Moving ahead with 62th question of the session, that is 5 persons A B C D E are sitting in a row. Who is sitting in the middle? A B C D E जो है वो आपके एक साथ बैठे हुए रो में और आपको बताना है कि कौन मिडिल में बैठा हुआ है. Okay, here. So the statement 1 we have B is between E and C, B is right of E, and D is between A and E. Option A is first and third statement together are right, and second and third together right, or first, second or third all are together at right. So according to the from the first figure we can see that that is E B C या फिर C B E, इस तरह से sequence बनेगा. From the second order they told you E B, and from the third they had told you about A D E. So combining all the above we get the order here, that is A D E B C So clearly E is sitting in the middle, as you can see here, and with respect to that, all the three statements are required. So the first and third nahi, second and third nahi, and first, second and third will be the together it is required, and that is option C will be the right answer for this question. Moving ahead with the 63rd question of the session, and that the question we have here is, what is the total monthly salary of the Vasu? Vasu की monthly salary क्या है? This has been asked in the SBI PO question paper. First is your Vasu basic salary is rupees 100 more than the Rajan's salary, who also serves as Vasu's company. Second statement, other allowances drawn by the Rajan besides his basic salary are rupees 2000 per month, which is 50 less than that the salary. And the third statement is Rajan's basic salary is rupees 1550 per month here. The statement we have is first, second, third together, second and third together, and the second only. According to the particular question, from the third we'll get Rajan's basic salary is 15,000 and 1550, and Vasu's, from the first statement we can say that Vasu's basic salary is 1550 plus 100, that is 1650 here. From the first statement we'll say that ki 1650 will be the Vasu's salary, and from the statement third we can conclude 1550 will be your Rajan's salary, and from the second statement Rajan's other allowances is 2000 and Vasu's other allowances will be the 2000 and 2050. So with respect to that, Vasu's monthly salary will be 16,050 and then a plus 2050, that is 3,700. So we can say that 3,700 will be the Vasu's salary, monthly salary. Thus all the three statements are required for this, and that is option A will be the right answer. All the three statements are required, and that all the three statements are necessary to answer this question. Moving ahead with 64th question of the session here. So 64th question of the session, in which year was Sanjay born? Statement है Sanjay is a 6 years older than Gopal. Statement second है Gopal's brother was born in 1982, and the third statement is Sanjay's brother is 2 years younger than the Gopal's brother, who is 8 years younger than Gopal. The options is first, second, third together are right. First and second together, and second or third together. According to the question here, from the second, from all that second, we know that the Gopal's brother was born in 1982. From the third one we will find out the Gopal's brothers was 8 years younger to him, and the Gopal was born in 1972. And from the first statement we find that Sanjay is 6 years older than the Gopal, and that Sanjay was born in 1968. So all the three statements are required, and for this, that is option A will be the right answer. First, second and third, all the three statements were required here. Moving ahead with another question, and that is your question number 65th question of the session here. Who among Siddharth, Nikunj, Vipul and Mukul is the youngest? This has been asked in the SBI PO question paper, and that is also an important paper. Respect to the competition wise here, the statement we have is Vipul is younger than the Mukul but older than the Siddharth and Nikunj. Mukul is the oldest and Siddharth is the older than the Nikunj. The statement we have options first and second together, first and third together, and second and third are together here. According to the condition here, from the first we will get that we will get to know कि जो मुख है आपका वो इससे बड़ा है and ये बड़ा है n से. सो सेकेंड वाले से हम बता सकते हैं कि जो मुकुल है वो आपका ओल्डेस्ट है, तो मुकुल ओल्डेस्ट है, एंड सेकेंड वाले में कि आपका जो सिद्धार्थ है वो आपका बड़ा है निकुंज से. तो with the combining three we will get the sequence here will be M is V, and then V is greater than S, greater than S, and then we can say that M is greater than V, that is greater than S, and that is greater than Nikunj. So सबसे बड़े जो है वो आपके मुकुल है, उसके बाद then you have your this that will be the Vipul here, and then will be Siddharth, and then will be the Nikunj here. So with respect to this particular question, clearly Nikunj is the youngest here. Nikunj जो है वो youngest है, तो first और third statement से आप verify कर सकते हो, and that is option B will be the right answer here for the question. Moving ahead over the next question and the last questions of the sessions here. This is the 66th question of the session, that 4 subjects, physics, chemistry, mathematics and biology, were taught in a 4 consecutive periods of 1 hour each starting from 8 AM। 4 सब्जेक्ट्स आपके पढ़ाए जाते हैं जो कि हर एक आपका 8 बजे से शुरू होता है। एट व्हाट टाइम वाज द केमिस्ट्री पीरियड शेड्यूल, आपको बताना है केमिस्ट्री पीरियड कब शेड्यूल होगा। ओके, फिजिक्स, केमिस्ट्री, मैथमेटिक्स, बायोलॉजी आपको पढ़ाए जाते हैं कंसेक्यूटिव पीरियड्स के 1 घंटे के, और 8 बजे से क्लासेस शुरू होती हैं। आपको बताना है केमिस्ट्री पीरियड कब शेड्यूल होगा। दिस हैज बीन आस्क्ड इन द एसबीआई पीओ क्वेश्चन पेपर। First statement is mathematics period ended at 10 a.m. which was the previous preceded by biology. Physics was scheduled in the last period, and mathematics period was immediately followed by the chemistry here. So next we have an options first second together or first or third together, for only first or only second or only first here. With regard of the question here, from the first and the second conclude that the mathematics period began at 9 a.m. and a biology period began at 8 a.m. So the physics began period is 11 a.m. and so the chemistry period began at 10 a.m. From the first and the third we can conclude that mathematics period ended and chemistry period began at 10 a.m. here. So we'll go ahead with the first or second or your first or third together, and that will be the option A will be the right answer here for the question. Now moving ahead with the next question and the last question, that is 67th question of the session. How many sons does X have? X के कितने बच्चे हैं, sons हैं? Options, the statement we have is Q and U are brothers of T, and then we have R is the sister of P and U, and the R and T are the daughters of X. Yeah, so the information given in the three statements together is also not sufficient to answer the question. So all the three statements are not sufficient to answer, so that will be the right answer. So as you know, we had completed your 16th topic of the session here, and as I told you about कि जनरल जो रीजनिंग है वो दो पार्ट में डिवाइडेड है, आपकी वर्बल रीजनिंग एंड नॉन वर्बल रीजनिंग। वर्बल रीजनिंग में दो पार्ट्स में मैंने डिवाइड की हुई है, जिसमें आपका जनरल मेंटल एबिलिटी है और आपका लॉजिक रीजनिंग है। विद रिस्पेक्ट टू द जनरल मेंटल एबिलिटी हमने एनालॉजी, क्लासिफिकेशन, सीरीज कॉम्पिटिशन, कोडिंग डिकोडिंग, ब्लड रिलेशन, पार्सल टेस्ट, सीक्वेंशियल आउटपुट ट्रेसिंग, डायरेक्शन सेंस टेस्ट, लॉजिकल वन डायग्राम, अल्फाबेट टेस्ट, number ranking and time sequences, mathematical operation, logical sequence of words, arithmetical reasoning, inserting the missing character, data sufficiency already आज के क्लास में हमने कंप्लीट कर दिया है। And now we'll complete with the decision making, assertions and reaction test, situation reaction test, verification of the truth statement, and then we'll complete the general mental ability part. Then we'll start with the logic reasoning here, then that is logical statement, argument, statement assumptions, statement course of action, statement conclusion, deriving the conclusion from the passages, theme detections, and the question statement, and miscellaneous logical puzzles. Then we'll start with the non-verbal reasoning, that is series, analogy, classification, analytical reasoning, mirror image, water image, embedded image, completions of incomplete pattern, figure matrix, paper folding, paper cutting, rule detection, grouping of identical figures, cubes and dice, dot situation, constructions of squares and triangles, figures, formations and analysis, and then we'll start discussing about the question paper that will discuss related to the physics here. And first of all, अगर आप हमारे channel first time देख रहे हो, it's a huge request, you will just go to the subscribe button and like, share and subscribe our channel so that many and maximum people can get the information at once. And even though you can also enjoy the video as well, and you can utilize those knowledge with reference to the competition paper, as well as you can enhance your reasoning in compared to the verbal and non-verbal reasoning here. Thank you, hope you enjoy this video. If you like this video, please give a thumbs up and give a suggestion on a comment box. Thank you.